So we're first of all just going to start working on posture. So if you come to standing, I'm going to get my beautiful assistant to come over.
Guest of the evening.
The guest of the evening, Bill,
Bill.
who has volunteered.
Hmm.
So Bill wants help with his posture. So most people, as they grow older, because they're spending a lot of time on computers and watching television, they start to get rounded here. Okay, so I'd like you to think about that part of the back, if you could. And the only way to correct that is to do things like bring the shoulders back a bit more. Okay, keep coming back, Bill, with your shoulders. So you're bringing the shoulder blades together here. As he's doing that, he's lifting his shoulders up. You drop your shoulders, that's good. Okay, then let's check. So now he's leaning back a little to compensate, so don't lean back. And could you bring your jaw back?
What whole head?
Yeah. That's it, that's good. So what happens when people are over keyboard all day and learning, and the back starts to round, is that then the head juts forward as well. And then as time goes on, eventually people end up right down like this. So roll back the shoulders, bring the hands together. Maybe Bill, could you do it behind me? I'll do it seated so we get to use, that's it. Clasp the hands together, familiar clasp, and pull those shoulder blades together. Lovely. And then wherever the chin is, let's just try and bring the chin back a little, as though we're trying to make a double chin. Feel rather funny. That's nice, okay.
Trying to make.
Lots of double chins here, shoulder blades still together, opening out the front of the heart area. Okay, lift the arms up a bit. Good, still making our double chins. Lovely, everybody straightened up. Drop the shoulders a little. Good, breathe into that. Okay, and now I'd like you to look up. So taking the head back. So at the moment, we're actually pressing this part, the rounded part of the spine here, in a little, as Bill takes the head back a little, okay? So breathing into that, is that comfortable? Mm-hmm. And this area here, which is rounding out so terribly, if you've got somebody to help you, you could actually just give it a rub in there.
Okay.
Oh,
that's good.
that's all. A little bit rounded. Oh, that's nice.
Can you do that one?
Yeah, do that one.
Just go over in our backs.
Okay.
Do that at home, the Bill's getting too much there.
Okay, so release the hands. Okay, and come to standing just into Tadasana. So Bill's showing it side on and I'm showing it straight on. Okay, and now really concentrate on that feeling that we just had with our hands clasped and our chins tucked in and back towards our neck vertebra. So Bill, I'd like you to put the chin down a little as well. It's going up a bit high, that's good. And these hands, people are always hanging on at the arm, like might fall out the shoulder blade. They don't, so drop them. That's it. Okay, and then don't stick the tummy out. Pull the tummy in. And then drop the shoulders some more. Okay, that's much better. Still a bit rounded there though. Okay, I'll just stand here. So we're going to do some work on that anyway, but Bill, did you get a sense of how it is when you stop rounding it? What's actually happened is you've got this curve here in the top of the neck, which is going that way rather than going up. So that, you see that feeling there?
Oh, bit of that click.
Just stay like that, love, chin down. Okay.
I don't think.
And I mean, I know on the internet you can buy boards which you tie to yourself, and it makes you walk around all day with a very straight back. Thank you, love. Well, let's do some yoga and see if we can help that area. Thank you to my good and kind assistant. So let's start with, I'd like you to lunge forward and down into a low lunge. Okay, so the room's warm, it's the end of the day, I'm not doing so much time warming up, but let's look down. We're in a starter position. This deep lunge, you've got the knee off the ground. And what I'd like you to do is open up and look up to the heavens. Lovely. So same hand to same foot at the front. Oh, and you can position the back foot so you get some stability. Two down. Okay, Bill, can you lift that arm a bit more? Not really, okay. Breathing out, coming down, drop the back knee just to pause and straighten the front leg and bring the toes up like so. Oh, and release down. So again, think of this area where the spine starts to be the neck vertebra and see if you can just sort of flatten it out, looking towards the heel of your foot. Okay, and then bend that front knee again. Up we go into starter position, and let's put the opposite hand in line with the back foot, which is not behind the front foot, it's slightly to the left. The right foot's in front, my left is about a foot length actually, out to the side. And then we turn and we lift the right hand backwards. Still trying to do quite a deep lunge, and if you want to make corrections, the right heel pushes back. No, sorry, the left heel pushes back. The front lower part of the front leg should be perpendicular if possible. The knee is straight at the back and the arm is coming up perpendicular too, pointing to the ceiling. Okay, and breathe out and come down. Drop the back knee and again lean back, straightening the front leg and look towards your heel. Okay, lovely. And bringing the toes towards you on that right foot. Okay, and then come back onto the foot, bring it back and go into upright kneeling and roll the shoulders back. Yes. This will be like we've had a deep back massage.
Nice.
Okay, and then again, clasp at the back, look up and try to lift the hands. Bring the shoulder blades together, but downwards. Downwards towards the waist. Abdominal core holding if you can. Opening the front of the throat. Okay, good. Pause. If you can do seated kneeling, do. If you find that tricky, stay up in upright kneeling. So hands on the knees. Okay, and then I want you to sweep the right hand back behind you. The left hand is on your left knee. And then the left hand goes up and sweeps to your right hip. And you look behind you. Okay. And again, I'd like you to bring your shoulder blades together and shoulders down. Now for women, your left upper arm might just traffic jam against the chest, so bring it round a bit underneath. Yeah, like that. That's what I was doing. Okay. Can you feel that twist? Yeah. So technically from our tailbone to the crown of the head, nice and upright, but we're twisting. And technically our shoulders are level to the floor. Okay, to come out of that, sweep the left hand up and back and down to left hip and sweep the right hand up and follow it. Look at it if you can. And down to right knee. And then sweep the left hand forward and up and round and behind between the feet at the back. So can you sort of reach from upright kneeling?
You don't want my
No.
feet, no.
No. Have you got a block nearby?
Mm.
Bill's getting you on.
Hey, Bill.
Upright block. Yes, like so.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the other hand comes up and over onto the left hip. Okay.
Yeah.
Like that. and then you turn and look behind you. So bringing the shoulder blades together. And again, for women, you might need to tuck that arm underneath the chest as it goes round, turning and looking behind. So from there, Robin, you could also do, if it's difficult to do upright kneeling, you can take this backhand rather than on the block,
Oh.
right round.
All right there.
Yeah,
That's lovely.
and then breathing into that. Okay, to come out of it, swing your right hand up, round and down to the right hip, and then left hand up, round and down to left hip, and then breathing in, coming up, and breathing out, dive your hands downwards behind you. Fingers going downwards behind you, bring the shoulder blades together. So like this, up and down behind you. Push your elbows back behind you. Chest can come forward, but hold the abdominal core and push those fingertips further and further down if you can. So that's side on and that's facing the front. Okay, is that all right?
Mm.
Okay, and then straight up. Now, if you're finding it hard kneeling or seated kneeling, just change position. Because at the moment we're working on around the shoulder and the neck area. Bring the hands down and just do rotations. So you can change position if you like.
So on the bum.
Yeah. And then, yes, this will be all the way through. And I like to think of this one as if you imagine that rotation in there, we're actually trying to rotate it right round. And that's what we don't actually do enough of. And it's quite nice, really. Okay, good. Bring the hands together above the head. Just rest them on the crown of the head for a moment. And again, push the elbows back. Bring the shoulder blades together. Back. And again, sweep the fingers all the way down and back. Okay. And keep the elbows back if you can. Bring the shoulder blades together. So no rounding at the top of the neck. You can see Phil's trying to kind of do this. Really keeping sternum forward and lowering the fingertips down. Okay, breathe in, go up. Breathe out. Okay, and then just rotate the shoulders back and forwards. So a lot of this upper neck work is to do also with the way the shoulders are getting hunched. So although these actions seem like, why are we doing those? Why can't we do the warrior? Why can't we do a headstand? These actions are really important. Okay, good. Breathe in, bring the hands up. Breathe out and down to the heart. When we come to the heart this time, push the shoulders back, push the elbows back, but still try to keep the palms of the hands together. You feel that? Okay, and then you remember that trick I taught you just now, standing up? Bring the chin back like we're having a double chin here. And bring that upper part of the back this way forward. Lovely. Okay, and release. Breathe out and down. And come into, she says, doing it quickly, come into. And they've got the fingertips on the floor. Okay. It's like a W, but we're going into boat pose. Okay. Lovely. And I like to just throw people into that because, as I say, it's boat pose, everybody makes a run for the door. Abdominal muscles.
Oh yeah. Well, if I had some.
Yes. Abdominal muscles. Technically, the palms are facing each other, but you've probably got enough to think about without thinking about that. When you've had enough, you come down and you think, good gracious me. But just think if you did 15 seconds of that, and then at the end of that first week, you did 30 seconds, and you just built it up slowly. So we're going to go up again, I'm afraid.
Are you able to release the straight?
technically we're aiming for the knees to be straight. yes. Don't know whether you can hear this, Christine. We've got Christine listening on Zoom.
Yeah.
Lovely. Lovely. Off
Yeah.
and down. Lovely. Bring the toes towards you.
Oh,
Well done, everybody. And just rub the backs of the legs and then rub the tops of the legs.
yeah.
Okay, breathe in. Lift, 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 lift. There's an imaginary little thing just there which I'm going to hold on to. And now it's still moving away from the fingers. Keep reaching. Keep reaching, keep reaching, keep reaching. Okay. And then we're going down towards the feet so you can hold on anywhere. Remember, if you've got really bad back problems, don't go into these deep forward bends because it's just opening out the discs even more. But if you've got a good back, like the disc like being opened out, because when we press them the other way, we've got that lovely pressing, releasing any gunk, opening, imbibing. It's wonderful. So we're going down into this forward bend. And this is where you think about your shoulder blades again. So if you just sort of go down on floor, your abdominal area is all scrunched up and your internal organs may start to spasm. So that's why we go into that lift with the rib cage coming past the knees almost. And then when we're down, think of those shoulder blades, widen them out like wings, bringing the knees closer down towards the floor and bringing the elbows closer down towards the floor. The crown of the head pointing towards the feet. And just breathing into it. Now, staying down, but let the hands slide along the legs and catch the hands at the back and lift. Okay. Try to think of the front chest coming down towards the knees as you lift, and the toes coming towards you. You can have soft knees, it's okay, be generous with the knees. Don't hurt the backs of the legs too much. Okay, and then drop the hands and go back down to the feet. Widening out the shoulder blades, allowing the elbows down to the floor. Lovely, and then releasing back, all the way back, and I'd like you to really move my mat a bit to come into the bridge pose. Don't have to move my mat. Christine, a nice clear picture. So bridge pose for next down, yeah, easy peasy. And it is, in a way, my favourite. It's one you can do every morning as you wake up. So we've got our heels coming up close to the torso. And push the shoulders away from the head and bring the chin in towards the chest. And then feel the weight through the feet. So we're feeling heel of the foot, ball of the foot, toe, weight going through the toes even, and the sides of the feet, so even weight. And then maybe turn the awareness to the front of your knee joint, because if that's going to hurt, you simply tiptoe your feet further away from the torso to relieve the pressure on the front of the knee joint. Okay, so we're going to go up. So hands are by the sides, palms downwards. And let's rock the pelvis away from us. And then pull the pelvis towards you. Tighten the thighs and the buttocks as we come up, allowing the thighs to be parallel to each other. Tuck the chin in, and the hands go back, down, backs of the hands on the floor behind you. So just breathe once you're up there. And if you find that your knees are really splaying out, you can put a block between your thighs here and hold the block in the air with the thighs. That really helps. So the buttocks are actually lifting, pelvis is lifting upwards towards the heavens. Let me see. Yeah. Breathing into that. Breathing out, let's come down. Vertebra one at a time, until the hands are back on the floor, and then push the pelvis away from you, but keep the chin in towards the chest. So making a little archway here under the back, okay? And then breathing in, let's go up again. Breathe in, up we go, and take the right foot up into the air at the same time. Keep the chin towards the chest. Stretch the arms away from you and lift. Lift the pelvis some more. And then I'd like you to a little bounce, like that. Little bounce. Lovely. And then lift again, straight lift, still lift. Breathe out, bend that knee, place it down, and come out of the bridge pose. Breathing out, push the pelvis away. Rest there for a moment. Doing nothing, just check that the chin is still tucked down towards the chest and the back of the neck bone. Might need to move the shoulders away from the head. Relax all through the face, because when we're doing hard work, sometimes the face scrunches up and gets tense. Okay. So breathing in, pulling the pelvis towards you, up we go again into the bridge. Okay, tuck the chin in, lift the other leg up to the ceiling. Lift, lift, lift. Okay, push through with the other foot into the floor, lift, then do a little bounce, bounce, bounce. See if it feels different on that side. So you do these little bounces and then lift again. Chin to the chest. Okay, and bend that knee, breathe out, bring the arms back, coming down, pause, and I'd like you to put the soles of the feet together, okay, and the palms upwards. Yeah. So just pausing there for a moment. And you might find that the shoulders are doing something funny. So you can cross the hands in front of your chest, like this. Opening out the shoulder blades, then chin to chest, and releasing the hands down, palms upwards. Legs, soles of the feet touching each other. Pause, breathe. You okay with that heat up there, George?
Yeah,
George,
all right,
yeah.
thanks.
Okay, and then could you take the awareness to that little kink, the top of the spine, before it becomes the neck vertebra, and just see if you can flatten it out on the floor, and also keep the chin into the chest a bit. Just get that feeling of floor pressing it into shape. Lovely. And then bring the knees together, breathing in. Bring the legs up straight and hold on behind the thighs. Bring the toes towards the face. Okay, reaching towards the toes. You can't reach the toes, don't worry about it. Probably means you've got very long legs.
Very short arms.
Yes. And then if you can't reach to the toes, hold behind the calf, and then opening out into wide scissors. Okay, let me see, that's good.
Very
Opening out
ladylike.
into wide scissors. Bring the toes towards you. And chin to chest. Lovely. And then bring the feet straight up again and bring the legs more towards you. So you're coming from upright to even further over, if you can. So really pulling, look, really pulling those legs over a bit more if you can.
Mm.
Okay, and then back to upright. And I'd like you to cross one leg, you might need to watch me for this, cross one leg over the other a lot. So like that, and hook in. Yeah, like so. Yeah. Okay. And hold. And then release straight up. And do the same the other way. So it's the eagle pose, but we're doing it lying down. Eagle pose, leg twist.
Dead eagle.
It's a dead eagle, it's true. Well said, Robin, it's a dead eagle. Okay, and then a bit of bicycling when you've done that. So I've got my hands now clasped behind the head, and we're doing the exaggerated bicycling, and then the exaggerated backwards bicycling. Okay, and then put the feet down for a moment, pause. Don't want to overexert. Pause and breathe. And then the pistons. So the heels are just running along just off the ground. Okay, good. And then put the feet back on the floor, knees bent, and take the hands out from the shoulders to right angle to the body. And I'd like you to do the windscreen wiper. So just taking the knees from side to side.
Feet together.
Oh, I don't mind really if the feet are apart or together. We're just doing a little bit of spinal twist, abdominal twist. And then you can look the opposite way to the knees. And you can feel how this is beginning to stretch the belly area, internal organs in there. Transverse stretch. And then stay down on one side, looking the opposite way. Enjoy the rest. And then breathing in, taking the knees up. Breathing out, going down the opposite way. And just letting go into it. Okay, and then breathing in, bring the knees back up. Okay, pause there for a moment. And then I'd like you to roll over and come up into lying on your front. Okay, so still working into the back area and the shoulder blade area. So we're coming up into the Sphinx. So hopefully with your head systems, you can see them. Lovely. And then the Sphinx, kind of have the elbows underneath the shoulders and the forearms parallel to each other. Lovely. And then lifting upwards, but not like that. So the crown of the head lifts upwards and we pull the neck out of the shoulder. Okay, so at the moment, Bill, you're like this. Can you watch me? Watch me. You're like that. You're kind of in a long line, and I want the head to come up more and the chin to come back into the neck. Okay, and push the pelvis into the floor. The legs are parallel to each other. And this front chest area is opening out. Can you feel that push?
Mm-hmm.
And then lower down a little, take the elbows out, but not very far to there. Okay, you ready? Sweep the hands back and clasp them and lift. and look forward. Okay, like being a, what's it, a ship figurine at the front of a ship,
Pilates movement.
is it?
What are you doing, Pilates?
And lift. Okay, breathe out, bring the hands forward, rest one hand on top of the other, rest on one cheek, pause for a moment. Rest. Yeah. And then this time, I'd like you to go back into the Sphinx. Push down again.
That's quite.
It was very nice down there, wasn't it? We're going down again in a minute for a rest. It'll happen very soon. So again, we're in the Sphinx. And if you watch me, this is the low Sphinx, which isn't doing very much. And then coming up, crown of the head upwards, and then pushing the pelvis into the ground, and then looking forward. Trying to get the forearms parallel. Okay. And then I'd like you to lift the feet off the ground. Good for that little lower back area. Yeah. Keep breathing into it, looking forward if you can, and still pushing the pelvis into the ground. So you can't really see, but the feet are coming up off the ground. Lovely. And then we can rest again. So the other hand goes underneath and the opposite one goes on top, and we rest again. Resting is nice. So just let the whole of the area of that torso, back area that we were really working, relax and melt. Okay, and then a bit again back into the Sphinx. Think of the shoulder blades coming together, downwards, pushing the pelvis in, letting the forearms parallel again, lifting the legs up again. Okay, then swing the hands back, and we're in the flying locust.
Wow. No chance.
You could. Yes. Palms downwards.
Flying pig.
Yes. Keep breathing. Lovely. Lovely. So the legs are up at the back.
Can't come that high.
And then rest. Just rest on one cheek for a moment. Can't really do that with my glasses on. Rest
Can I
on
stay
one
here?
cheek. Yeah, you can stay there. Oh, it's nice, isn't it? But we are doing such good work. Such good
Yes.
work. We are. Doing us the world of good, Robert.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're going to do that again.
Well, I feel stiff tomorrow.
Yes, maybe. And up we go. Back into the locust.
Flying pig.
Palms down. Yeah. Draw the shoulders away from the head. Lovely. Breathe into it. Lovely. Very nice, Nick. Yay. I love the way Georgie said, no, I can't. And then
I
you're
know,
in
and then just.
it. She does it. Palms downwards, Robin.
Down.
Okay,
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
And down we go. Rest again.
Mm.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay, and then one of my favourite poses, I don't teach it very often, but you spread the arms out and it looks worse than it is. Oh, it looks awful.
Yeah.
But you raise one leg in the air. I'm taking my left foot up. And then I take it over to my right hand.
Oh. Where's one?
It's hard for women because we've actually got a lot of pressure on the chest.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good to get over there.
Yeah.
I don't find it easy.
And then coming back. Ooh.
Ooh,
Ooh. Oh, were you all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's that? Is that
the lower back, stretching the lower back again, or?
It is, but also it depends, I think, a lot on the chest. Okay, and over we go the other side. Ah. Ah.
Oh, yeah.
Ah. Into it. I think, Georgina, I just developed a technique for women. I've just lifted up some sideways on,
Yeah.
chest has come off the floor. Now I can put my hand down and drop my head.
It is hard.
Does it feel all right though?
Okay, and then releasing out, coming back into the Sphinx. Oh,
That stinks.
that Sphinx. Okay, so I'm just in the gentle Sphinx. I'm not doing anything particular. And then I start to check the forearms, push the pelvis into the ground, bring my shoulder blades together, bring this chest area here, sternum forward, looking forward. Push that lower back from about here, pushing it into the earth. Yeah?
Yeah.
And then bring the legs up and place the feet on top of the head.
Yeah. Yes.
I'll watch.
Who's-
Somebody else's feet. These feet up.
Go on then. Let's see you do it. Oh, you're nearly there. I was only about 2 feet away.
And then the other
Well,
one.
if you can't do it,
Oh.
we've no chance.
Okay, and then reach behind and grab the ankles. Okay. So far, so good. Relax the face. Relaxing the face, okay, and then lifting the feet. And the knees staying a bit together.
Like all in wrestling, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? And as Robin's doing, you can hang on to your trousers, like here. You can do that. Yep.
Oh.
And then again, placing those feet on the head.
Hmm.
Okay, Bill's just very sensibly lying down.
Still good, but don't worry.
Releasing down, let's go into the crocodile. So the feet, insides of the feet, go onto the floor, make it wide, 2-3 feet or even wider. And then the hands swing, fingertips on shoulders. And just come down. Let's be a sweeping crocodile, a sleeping crocodile.
Nothing like a crocodile.
It is.
Crocodile will know his legs apart. Like. It's got a big
This
long.
one does.
This one does.
Well, it's a malformed crocodile.
You've not seen a crocodile when it just goes flat like that.
Well, it does, yeah, but yeah, all right. Oh, I know it's just yeah. Yeah, so-
You'll get me telling my crocodile stories in a minute. Swap fingers, so the ones that were crossing on top, the hand that was crossing on top, now it crosses underneath. My only 2 crocodile facts are
Yeah.
Australian crocodiles can store fat in their tails and live up to 2 years without eating anything.
Yeah.
And my other one is that mummy crocodiles can carry their baby crocodiles in their mouth.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it. Well, some of them.
They carry their babies in their mouths to get them to safety or onto the ground, or move them from A to B.
Hmm.
They don't say how many accidentally get swallowed in this process.
Yeah.
And once when sleeping on a beach in Kenya, I very wisely put other people on the outside.
Yes,
And when we woke up, there were crocodiles creeping up the beach.
but towards you.
Mhm.
Oh, God. Yeah. Oh, from Sudan, like a croc.
They had thin tails.
Yeah.
Okay, and the feet together at the back.
They did the meal.
Push back so the hands are about chest level. Okay, keep the elbows in, so not out. Look up. So it's like it's kind of like a cobra, but we're not going up yet.
Like a press up before you
Yeah,
start.
like a press up, and then tuck the hands a little bit more in.
These heat poses.
Yes, and then come up into the cobra. Dropping the shoulders down. Okay,
Hmm.
so the legs are straight at the back. And we're up, like so, looking forward and then looking up. opening the front throat, dropping the shoulders down. Then coming down, but not all the way down, I'm afraid. Down, but lift the hands up
On the legs.
and the feet up a little. So we're working here considerably,
Right.
area. It's kind of like you were skydiving, yeah? Okay, and then release down, rest on one cheek. Pause, breathe. And then tuck the hands under the shoulders again, so the little fingers are just peeping out and coming up. Look up. Drop the elbows a little by keeping tucked in. Okay, nice strong in that lower back area. And lift the feet. Lift the feet a bit more, but trying to keep straight legs, although it's almost impossible. Okay, and then walk the hands back a little bit more. Higher lift. Drop the feet. Push the tailbone up into the air and come down into the nice relaxed swan. Stretching the fingers away from you. So you see that feeling in the lower back? The discs have been strongly compressed one way and we're now strongly opening that compressed area out. Or compressing the opposite side, the front. And that's what you're feeling. So we just rest there, letting that happen. Breathing into it as we rest in this nice long swan, or sometimes called the rabbit, or extended child pose. Breathing into it. Okay, and then breathing in, look up and grab one end of your mat and make a little bit of a cushion so that you can come up onto the crown of the head and lift the hands upwards, clasping the fingers together. Bring the shoulder blades now together. So if you know you've got a little rounded upper back area, try really squeezing those shoulders together at the back and lifting the arms up higher. So more onto the crown of the head if you can, Bill. Not too much near the front of the head at the moment. That's it, that's good. Breathing into it. Okay, breathe out, let the hands relax down, slide them down the sides of the legs. Put them by sides of the head as you roll onto the forehead, and just pause for a moment. We're going to do it one more time, but with the unfamiliar clasp. So that time it was the familiar where they normally clasp in, now notch down into the unfamiliar. So doing that, finding the unfamiliar, up we go again. Making sure you're padded in the crown of the head. Lifting. So in this one, you're lifting the shoulders away from the head so that your neck vertebrae are nice and long and spacious, whilst bringing the shoulder blades together. And then breathe out and down, lower onto the back, slide down the sides of the legs, stretch the hands forward. You might want to push your mat away. Okay, so you're going into the swan again.
Yeah.
Breathing into that. And if that feels a bit compressed, you can open out the knees so that your torso's got room, but hopefully fairly comfy. Okay, and then breathing out, slide the hands back and round, palms upwards, we're in child pose. Okay. Lovely. And again, if you wanted a cushion under your head, that's fine. Okay. Rest it comfortably, drawing the fingertips more towards the toes. Nice and long back of the neck. A pose of security, balasana, security and safety. And then bring the hands round to in front of the head. And I'd like you to hold them clasped at the front of the head. Okay. Actually, again, it'd be rather nice if you could fold your mat a little for padding for your head. Okay. So just put that, just hold it there, hands clasped in front, going onto the crown of the head again. But this time we're doing the half headstand. So straightening out the legs and bringing the toes towards the head, like so. So we're upside down V. And you just keep seeing if you can walk the feet a little bit more. Going onto your tiptoes. And if you like, lifting one leg. And then placing it back down and lifting the other leg. And back down, onto the knees, releasing onto the forehead, stretching the hands out again, breathing into the pose. So working neck area, top of the back area. Inverted poses again, soothing, calming. And although we don't really very often do the headstand in class, that half headstand, even just for a few seconds, is very good, very helpful. Okay, and then swing the hands back, kick your mat away if you rolled it up, coming up into the table. And the natural progression from that work is the cat pose. So we're in table, we breathe in, we look up, we make the hammock shape. And then we breathe out and we make the bridge shape. Breathing in, rippling through into the hammock, lower the shoulders down, breathing out. So keep going, following your own breathing rhythm. Breathing, following the rhythm. So remember, when we open the lungs, expand them, we're breathing in. When we're compressing, we're breathing out. That's mostly the case for most asanas, except about 2, I think. Okay, and then stay in the bridge pose if you can. Trying to go up higher than you've ever done before. So the bridge pose is not particularly good for people who round the top of their back, because this is what they're doing a lot anyway. They can feel that this is exacerbating the problem in a way. So then breathe in and let's go into the hammock and really think about shoulders away from the ears, tailbone up towards the heavens, shoulder blades together and down towards the waist, holding the abdominal core. Okay, breathing into that. And then a bit to neutral, not quite down to table because we're going to do the leg lift. So it's left leg up, looking forward, pelvis level and through, knee to forehead and up. Okay, and through. Some people call this the tiger pose as you do that lift. Some people call it the dog with the fire hydrant. Okay, breathing out as we come through, breathing in as we go up. And the kind of desire is to tilt the pelvis, but don't try and keep it as level as possible. All right, then back to table. Well done. Your wrists might be feeling a little bit itchy, so you can rotate your wrist. And then we'll do the other side. So the other leg goes up. Me, it's my right leg, up, and then through, out breath. In breath. Out breath. In breath. Out breath. In breath. Out breath. In breath. And keep the pelvis level. In breath. Last one. Out breath. Okay. Open out the knees. Wide as possible. Big toes touching. Lengthen. 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 Forehead to floor. So we're doing a long, low frog pose and bring the index fingers and thumbs to touching. Breathing into it. Allow the shoulder blade area to drop down towards the floor. And then bring the hands back and clasp them on the lower back, hold this, and lift, just lift, 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 lift. So it's deep frog with arm lift. And really squeezing those shoulder blades together, but keeping the shoulders, if you can, away from the head. Probably, Bill's probably regretting that he asked to do this work. Okay, breathing out, let the hands come down, slide them down the legs, past the knees, stretch them out in front. Stretch, 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 walk the fingertips away, index and thumb touching, and pause and breathe. Okay, and then wide swing the hands out, bring them in to push up. Exactly. And then, I haven't finished yet, you might need a cushion, you might need a block. Go and have that cushion. You're getting too hot, George.
Yeah.
Do you want to turn the fire off? Yeah. Okay, so we're going into teacher pose, which is that. Okay, so if you can't do that, do that,
Do that.
or do that. But remember,
Is it just this block?
one of them. Yeah, thank you. If either knee joint hurts, I'd rather you protected them than push
Yeah,
into it.
yeah.
Okay. I was doing a runner. Okay, so we've got one knee on top of the other, more or less. Ish. Okay, and the back upright. So most people will do it to there, which is exactly, yeah. Okay. This one's coming right through. You might need to pull it through. You missed how I was getting into it. I was sat from there and I wiggled and jiggled that leg over. And then I came up and wiggled and jiggled this leg over. Like so. Lovely. And then let's look at the hand, the knee on top. So it's my right knee. Okay. If it's your left, whatever it is, if it's your right or your left, it's that hand that goes up. For the moment. Okay. Lift, 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 and take it back behind you. And then the other one, lift, lift, lift. Take it back behind you. And push the chest upwards and forwards. Okay. So try not to lean back, just lean it back like that. Try to be upright if possible. So Georgina, bring the hands a bit closer into the torso if you can. You can? Yeah, yeah. What's hurting?
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Release the knee, release it. Release it. And then release the hands to the front. And release out. And do the opposite way. So let's modify it on this side. If doing Gurasana, which is tricky, and for quite a lot of people hurts their knee during, just do what you can, or what Robin's doing, which is very sensible, one leg out in front. So, yeah. Yeah, yeah. He's got some sensible adaptations going on there.
I've got a false
Yeah,
knee
you've
on
got a
that.
bionic knee.
Bionic knee.
So then just holding onto your knee, straight up, shoulders back, shoulder blades together. And then the knee that's up, take that hand up and round and back, and the other hand up and round and back. And then squeeze the shoulder blades together, bring the chin down so the back of the neck is long, and just breathing into that. Breathe, 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 breathe. Pushing this area of the chest forward, trying not to lean back. Okay. Straight up, that's good. Okay, and then release out, rub the feet. How are we doing for time? Yes, we're coming up to the relaxation band. Yes, 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 yeah. Hurrah, hurrah, hurrah. Rubbing the feet, then going into seated cobbler. Rub the feet. So seated cobbler, usually I'll show it side on. So seated cobbler, people go back into the hunch at the top and they go, oh yeah, I can do this. I mean, I'm exaggerating it, but we try with the cobbler to actually get this sternum area up and lifted and the shoulder blades again coming together and the shoulders down as much as possible. Don't know whether that shows. Yes, it does. And then don't worry too much about whether the knees go down to the ground, but we can do the butterfly and just encourage this inner groin area to go down. But keeping the torso upright, that's really nice. That's good. Quick Bill, if you get this one in, this is good for your upper back area. We're in cobbler, butterfly. Okay, and then really pushing the knees down again. I'll show that straight on. Yeah, sitting on a block, it helps. So we're just saying how you can do this one, Bill, with the problem, you know, with the upper back bent over, or you can really push the shoulders back and bring the shoulder blades together and bring your double chin in nicely without leaning back, love. Without leaning back. That's it. And then you can, if you wish, but most people don't want to, go straight up from there into wide feet, like so. But then you can probably fall backwards. So it's cobbler to wide, fall backwards. Try it. Just for the fun, really. One up at a time, the other, and then wide, wide, wide.
Crash.
And that finishes all that work we were just doing on that upper back area. So now you can go to relaxation. And I'm actually going to turn off the video. So the recording, not the video. So I hope you enjoyed that. That was a lot of work here on this area. And we're now looking forward to our relaxation. So there are on my channel, there are other videos which do the relaxation.